G'day aspiring engineers. In this video I want to show you how I've been using Fusion and 3D printing for rapid tooling in my own hobby, which is pottery making. There are people who are actually 3D printing clay on a Delta 3D printer, but frankly I just haven't seen anything in that whole area which really makes me want to get into that so far. But rapid tooling, now that's interesting. Here's a melt flow tester which has been used for over about 100 years in the ceramic industry, or should I say in the quality control labs of the ceramic industry. The best way to make this shape in multiples is by slip casting in a plaster mold. And here's a plaster mold for producing these things. This is a working mold, but it's only got a life of about 50 to 70 casts before it's worn out. Same as all slip casting molds. Now in the traditional process, you needed to have a whole set of master molds to reproduce those working molds. And you needed a whole set of master molds to make every part of the working mold. And as you can notice, there's five parts in this thing. I'm getting on now, but I've been developing skills in pottery and ceramics ever since I was 13. I love to use my hands and those skills that I've been practicing all that time. I did have a pottery business since about age 25, but that's a whole other story. When I was teaching engineering, I kept an eye on 3D printing. And 20 years ago, when the technology was primitive, we used to talk a lot about rapid prototyping. And there were plenty of engineers that I met who were saving money and time by prototyping on 3D printers. Then I came across this whole idea of rapid tooling, where you can speed up a slow and cumbersome traditional manufacturing workflow. I got one example of that for you today. When I was just out of high school, I worked in a range of jobs in the ceramic industry so that I could start my own business. One of those was mold making for ceramics. I learned from an old man from the English industry in Stoke-on-Trent. He moved here to Australia, and I made a lot of slip casting molds in the old way with him. That old process has many back and forth steps where you go from the original model right through to the working mold. That's a long and cumbersome process that can take weeks. So I looked at this thing, which Tony Hansen was using at the time, and set out to model that in SolidWorks to come up with the working mold more quickly than by the traditional process. And then I made the block and case molds for making multiple working molds. That was a set of about 20 interlocking parts. I mentioned earlier that a working mold only has a life of up to 20 casts before it's worn out, and that's why you need a supply of them. The hard part is that you would normally have to make a whole set of master molds to produce each one of the parts of the working molds. It gets complicated. Every part has to have locating natches to lock everything in position quite precisely. And when some of these parts look similar, you have to arrange these interlocking natches so that you cannot assemble it in the wrong way. So 10 years ago I heard of a way to model all these intermediate mold parts on a 3D printer in the form of a thin PLA shell, which you then fill with plaster to give them some strength. You could then cast the working molds from the strengthened 3D prints. I thought that would be a great demonstration for my materials science class, and so I did all of that CAD work in SolidWorks. So that was in the days before I came across Fusion. Even though my melt flow tester wasn't a very good one for its purpose, still the mold making and slip casting steps worked well enough to prove that the 3D printed PLA master molds could produce working molds. That was then. More recently, Tony Hansen of Digital Fire has come up with a brilliant process. He's cut out days of CAD work and then many mold making steps, probably weeks of work. I've made a video where I worked through and stepped through Tony's process, and it's a much smarter way to work. This has all been done in Autodesk Fusion. Still the best choice for hobbyists and small businesses. keep an eye out for more videos on this. I'm going to do this project. I'm going to follow through with Tony Hansen's process and learn how to do it for myself. And also keep an eye out for another video when I get my prints back from the service provider. I get all my 3D prints done by a local service provider, and I'll be doing another video soon about that, why I want to use a bureau service instead of having my own 3D printer at home. Now, if you want to learn Autodesk Fusion, take a look at my free basic tutorials on my YouTube channel. It's like a free course and it'll get you up and running in about 20 hours. 16 basic tutorials in Fusion 360. Also take a look at the ebooks and courses. All the links for all these things are in the description down below. Hit the like button for me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.